Yeah, I got back from a vacation.
Yeah, how was
It
that?
had been
How
a
are the
couple of weeks. It was great. I went to three different MLB ballparks that I'd never been to. Of course, the only one I've been to. I did it. I did a tour, a mini tour of the NL Central. So
awesome?
not only okay, so I went to three ballparks in the NL Central and saw all five teams play. So I got to watch
Awesome.
every team. The first one I went to was PNC Park, Pittsburgh Pirates, right? They played the Giants in that one, lost 3-1. The game, not exciting or interesting, but that ballpark, beautiful. The
That's what I've
view,
heard.
the view on that, you don't even you want to sit in the low. You want to sit in the low, you get the view of the whole city. There's the river, there's the whole city right there. It is fantastic. We went to a night game, so at night the city's lit up, you know what I mean?
That's
It is
awesome.
just great place to go watch a ball game. It really is. Um, the fans are great too. They're fun, right? They're very passionate about their team. Also, the first time I heard some boos for their own team.
Oh,
Usually, so and it was really when any dude would anytime a player would like strike out looking, you
yeah,
got to swing and you got to try. And like some of the boos were like because they maybe didn't agree with the call,
yeah,
but also like you can't really see. Yeah, they want their team. They expect better. They just want you to do better.
yeah,
They're passionate. I've that East Coast fan base, right? Like you gotta do better, man.
yeah.
Um, but it was great. If you're ever going through Pittsburgh, hit up a Pirates game. You won't be disappointed. At least not with that ballpark.
Fuck yeah.
So next ballpark I went to was Wrigley. I got to go to Wrigley,
What? That's so
classic
awesome.
100-year-old ballpark. Got to see Cubs Cardinals.
Great matchup.
Right, best rivalry in baseball outside of Yankees Red Sox, right? Or
Yeah,
biggest one. It's like the NL's version
I
of
agree. It's a great rivalry.
and neither team doing that great, right?
No.
They're both middling teams. That ballpark was packed, sold out. Quarter of it was probably Cardinals fans at least. It
Yeah,
was a playoff atmosphere, dude. Like
that's awesome.
that place was humming. I we we tried to so we took the L right from my uncle's place to
Yeah.
Wrigley. We couldn't get on the first L. It was people squeezed, it smashed in there. We're trying to
Oh,
get on. We're like, we can't fit on it. We had to wait for the next one, and that one was pretty packed as well.
dang.
Uh the area outside of Wrigley, Wrigleyville, as they call it, right?
Yeah.
There's cool bars. We went to Murphy's, this awesome bar, this legend, I don't know. Apparently it's been there a long time, right? My first time going. We went to Murphy's Dugout, I think. Anyways,
Yeah.
grabbed a beer there, went into Wrigley. Yeah, great ballpark. They still have the old school scoreboard, right? The manual scoreboard.
Yeah.
But they have the new one. They have like two other new scoreboards as well. I don't know. But yeah, the ivy wall, the brick that goes all the way around until the ivy wall, right?
That's so epic.
It's yeah, dude, because they still have a lot of the old structures in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, and my uncle was telling me it's like it's been like twice as much. You spend like twice as much to renovate this place as you would just like building a new ballpark. But it's Wrigley. You can't.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think just having the area around it brings so much economically that it's worth it, right? Like
Yeah.
you have like what our the Royals owners like his wet dream would be, but you're not gonna get that, and that is
Yeah.
such a pipe dream to ever have something like that, and can't, especially with the product we're putting out there. Anyways,
Yeah.
and where they want to put it, and so many issues. We're not going to get into that. The game itself, right? Great game that I got to see too, because it was like the Cardinals would get up a little, Cubs would come back, Cardinals would get up, Cubs would try to come back, right? So Cody Bellinger, from Dodgers, he's on the
Yep.
Cubs now.
Yep.
The Cards, I believe, were down a run, or not the Cards. The Cubs were down a run, right? Bellinger's on third. There's a wild pitch, takes off for home, right? And you're like, oh, dude, they're tie it up. And then he makes one of the most like boneheaded little league mistakes
Oh
you can
no.
make. He doesn't slide.
Oh no.
Doesn't slide it home. The catcher throws it back to the pitcher at the plate, who gets the ball right as he's about to cross home plate, like right as Cody Bellinger's about to cross home plate, and they tag him. And if he would have just slid, if he would have slid, he would have easily gone under the tag. There was no way they would have gotten him, but he didn't slide. And the crowd was like a little like, what the fuck,
Oh
people were a
yeah.
little mad, a little upset. They
Yeah.
wasn't booing like I would have liked to have seen that in Pittsburgh to see just how loud that crowd would have gotten.
Yeah.
But
Uh
okay, but the next time Cody comes up, right? Bases loaded, they're still down a run, and he gets a hit to score 2 runs and put the Cubs up. And that was basically the game there, right? I think
Yeah.
the Cubs scored one more, but the Cards never came back, right? So the dude, you got to see the dude go from like,
goat to hero.
yeah, right? Like,
Love it.
you fucking dumbass. How could you have made that mistake? You are a major leaguer, right?
Yeah.
Like, you try not to make your little league coach would be yelling at you for that. But yeah, he comes back and is the hero of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, dude, when he came up with the bases loaded, like the entire crowd got on their feet. Like, I'm telling you, this was a rocking atmosphere, and it was raining half the game.
Oh.
We were sitting under, like, luckily we were on the bottom section, but we had the overhang.
Nice.
Like literally,
Good.
like it was the 2 rows, like 2 rows in front of us was like the cutoff point
Oh god.
where if you could be dry or not. But then it's funny because the Pirates and the Cubs game both rain delayed. Both the ones I went to are rain.
That's
I know.
wild.
The Cubs one then got delayed again in the 7th inning, right? We got to the 7th inning stretch. I was like, I got to do the 7th inning stretch in Wrigley. Got to do that. Starts pouring down rain. We leave.
Yeah.
Because me and Rachel we had other plans that night in Chicago. And
Yeah.
like, man, it's already got the start of this game already got delayed. If I have to wait, I'm not going to make. Luckily, luckily nothing else happened in the game.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't miss anything, and
Good.
it was 8-6, right? A lot of action in that game.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The Cardinals manager got thrown out.
Epic.
Great, dude. And it was weird because like the batter, like he got thrown out after like 1 strike from his guy. Like his batter took like one. The batter before walked, so he's not mad at that. Like his team's up to bat. The Cardinals are up to bat. Guy walks. Next guy comes up, takes a strike. And then, so I'm thinking there's something going on all game, like I'm thinking that they're hating this dude's calls all game long. Has to be, because you just see the umpire, like you see the game kind of like take a pause while the umpire's like looking into the Cardinals dugout, and I'm on that side of the field, so I can't get I can't look into their to the Cardinals dugout to see what's going on, and then you just see him like shaking and maybe saying something, and then next thing you know, he's just like out. And dude, the crowd is just like loving this shit, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Manager gets thrown out. It's like, yeah, get out of here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, fantastic crowd, great ballpark. Definitely go to Wrigley. And it was cool, just like in the middle of the city. There's there's lower flying planes taking off from probably O'Hara. I don't know, but like,
yeah.
It's a cool, man. It's a different place to see a ball game. The last ballpark I went to was the Brewers ballpark. Miller Field, or whatever they're calling it now. American families. Anyways, they call it Miller Field, right?
Yeah.
The stadium that killed some construction workers when it was being built. There's a whole thing. Yeah, if you want to look up, some people died building that stadium. So yeah. Anyways, it's a dome, or it's that can be so the roof was open when we went there, right? But it's the first time I ever saw a baseball game like inside a structure. It's still like the outfield, you still have the wall there, right? Because it's just the roof part that's open. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it opens at the top.
Opens at the top, and even then, like it's not even it overhangs a lot of the seats too, right? And they have lights up there too. So we were at a night game. They could turn that place into a rave, dude. Like
that's awesome.
They turn off the normal lights during the in between innings. They would shoot the lights that were hanging on the ceilings, right, on the roof, as well as lights around the ballpark, and they would like turn that place into a dance rave, right? It was pretty cool ballpark. The coolest part though was that I got to see the Brewers and Reds play, the top two teams in that division.
Which is awesome.
And the Reds we went to this game. The Reds were a half game behind the Brewers. So they were literally like playing for top dog. I mean, it's only
Yeah.
July, but they were playing for top dog
That's
in the
still
division.
awesome. Yeah.
Right. Got to see Ellie De La Cruz,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Big, right, newest young stud. He's their leadoff hitter, right? So
Okay.
first at bat of the game. You know what I mean? Like the Reds are the visiting team, very first at bat of the game. He smashes one to deep center, right? And you're like, oh, dude, it's gone. I'm gonna see Ellie hit a homer. And no, dude, Brewer center fielder jumps up, robs him of a home run.
Oh,
Like literally takes the thing away. Would have happened. And you're just like, okay, that was pretty sweet too, right? Like
yeah.
you don't get to see a homer robbed too often.
Yeah.
So the next time Ellie comes up, right? They, on the scoreboard, whenever a player comes up, a lot of times they'll put like player trivia, right?
Yeah.
You know, like he did this in his career, or, anyways. For the second time Ellie De La Cruz comes up, his trivia is almost hit a home run in the first inning, but didn't. Right. So they're punking
no.
him, So what
Yeah.
does Ellie De La Cruz do? Smashes a 450 footer. Like gone, dude. You know what I mean?
Woo!
Like it
That's
was
cold.
no fucking like I think that thing would have left the ballpark if the ballpark wasn't enclosed.
Yeah.
No,
Oh
like
my god.
it was one of the most baller things I've ever seen.
That's
Like this dude get a home run robbed from him, come up the next time, the opposing team's scoreboard people they're punking him. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, look at you, you almost got it, not quite good. And then he just
crank.
yeah,
That's
he's
awesome.
like, yeah, go fuck yourself. So
Fuck yeah.
very cool, right? Got to see this young stud do some young stud shit.
Yep.
And then all right, so the game after that, we get to the ninth inning. The Brewers have been leaving guys on base all game. That's kind of the story of this game, right?
Yeah.
A cat.
Fucking cat, dude.
But it's tied at 2. Okay. Tied at 2, and he goes, yeah. And I'm also like, damn, we got to leave tomorrow and my kid, and we kind of need to wrap this up, guys. All
Yeah.
right. So, no, man, bottom of the ninth, runners at first and second, Christian Yelich comes up. So the Brewers big top guy, right?
Yeah.
Fucking cracks a single, right? Like a ground ball between first and second, to score the winning run and walk it off.
That's sick.
Dude, it was like got to see like and that ballpark was pretty rocking too, just because their team's doing so well.
Yeah.
And these were big
Great
rivalry
baseball teams.
playing for first place in the division, walk-off win, fucking cool.
That's awesome.
So yeah, man, that was my little NL Central tour. And I gotta tell you, I loved it. It was great.
I sounds great.
It was
Sounds
fantastic.
Like dream vacation right there.
Yeah, I mean, at least
have a good time.
I couldn't have asked for better games. At least with the Cubs and Cardinals, maybe a little rain there. But
yeah,
as far as the action went, right?
Dude, it sounds amazing.
Couldn't ask for better either.